Now after creating a warehouse, obviously you need to create an item. So now we'll be going over how to create an item. So when we click on a new item here in the items page, above the warehouse page, now when you click on this, you will have to input all this information according to your this thing. So as we were creating an electronic warehouse based business, so you could type here Dell laptop, you could say Dell laptop, and you can type the SKU for the product, so SKU 832, and whatever product it is. So you can even add your own product, for example laptops, and it gets added here. So when you choose laptops, you can choose that, but we're going to choose electronics as this is an electronics, it's a general category. So after choosing the electronic, you can even give it a brief description of the item. So for example, Dell laptop, high end for gaming, you could say. Now you could choose the selling price of this. For example, you're selling it for around 580, you could say. And how if it's a box, it's a kg, it's a liter, it's a meter, and whatever according to, for example, you're selling cement or you're selling some type of milk or whatever, this inventory software is made for any type of business. For example, we're choosing piece as a laptop is just a piece, and now here either you can create a stock or you can just create it without a stock. So for example, we're creating an initial stock, so for example we're going to give it 15 stock, and then we're going to keep a reorder point of 5. So when the stock reaches 5, you'll have a low stock, like a warning or like a pop-up saying that you have low stock in this specific item in this specific warehouse. So now we'll be choosing the warehouse that we've created, and now we have to give the batch one. As we're inputting the stock for the first batch, we're going to keep the batch buying price, for example we're going to keep around 158, you could say, and the stock is 15 as we have set here. Now either you can create a you can assign a vendor here like a supplier, or you can even create it without this and you can assign him later. So now for now we're gonna not assign a supplier, as we have not created a supplier or a vendor, and now we're going to create an item. So as you can see here, we create an item. You can see we can view the item. We can see the Dell laptop, how many units are in stock, the category, the reorder units, and you can see the batch. Now here there's no good GRN note for this you don't see a reference for it. Now you can see the batch, the source, as is the initial stock, it shows sources as initial. Then you can see the stock remaining for the specific batch, unit price of the specific batch we bought it for, and you can even see the stock by warehouse. So for this item, which all warehouses is this specific item in? This item can be in another warehouse, another warehouse. It does not matter. So as you can see, you can even see the recent transactions that was in, and you can see the type was in, so the stock came in. Then you can see the average price value. So for example, we have bought like around 6 stocks, 6 batches, and they're all ranging from 150 to 100. So the average price will come down to 125. So this will be the average price of your buying price. And now the selling price we have kept there, and when we're creating, and the potential revenue. So for example, 500 is the selling price and we're selling 15 of the 500, so I automatically calculates this might be a potential revenue, and the description of the item. Now even you can go ahead and edit the item. Here you'll be able to edit the SKU, the name, the description, the selling price, the unit of the measure, the reorder point, the supplier, and the status. Now you cannot be able to edit the stock as you created a batch already, and any other batches that will be created is through the purchase module as businesses do. Now that is it for almost the inventory items page, and you also have a card view. So when you click on here, you can see the card view as well, and that is pretty much it for the item page.